MVP. Gotta hear your thoughts, though. What was a determining factor to you in Game 1?
I think it's the same thing it's been with the Cavs all year, and that's just how good Cease and Subgoated have been this year. Excuse me. While they've been supplanting one of the lowest numbers among any starting point guard. Superstars at their respective positions. So if they're playing this hot, beat them. No reason not to.
It's kind of crazy because the synergy on this team is working out extremely well, by the way. Dirk, all right, Cavs, big win like that. You're CP, you're a rookie, and money is on the line right now. Question is, man, how are you coming into Game 2?
Forget everything that just happened in that previous game and try to get more stops, right? When we're talking about how Antoine plays, you can see he does not have a three-pointer really in mind. At this point, giving him like that Rec combos treatment that we see people give to where they're constantly playing at the free throw line and where Rec has to hesitate if he wants to actually shoot the three or not. I think you got to try to look over that towards Antoine because he had a lot of moves where he could have potentially got a three. But at the end of the day, it's the rim run. If he somehow gets a layup from burning a lot of those dribbles, he's immediately passing out of it. So I think it's going to have to be heavily reliant on the defense there to try to get those stops.
All right, by the way, on your screen right now, we have one of the most impressive community teams on board against Hawks Talent GC right now. Let's take a look and see how handles are going to perform. But I also want to give a big shout out to Hawks Talent's social media page. Check out their Twitter. Their post-game video after their win yesterday was great. I loved it.
Man, that's one thing the Hawks have never done wrong since coming into the NBA 2K League. They have a lot of cool, unique stuff that goes down where there could be interviews. I know that they've had like rap artists out there, community streams that they've had. They do that all right. Now, sometimes drafting the team in previous years, Bentley, forget about it.
You know what I want to see, Dirk? Oh, okay. One thing I want to see before big games or big weeks, teams put out more content involving the players, expressing how they feel about matchups and, just fun stuff like that. Let us get to know these brands a lot more, these professionals. I think that's the coolest part about the league.
1,000%. Everybody has a cool, unique individual story, and I love when the organizations show out with it as handles. They're up 13-8 in this one. Could have extended the lead even more there with that three as they miss it. 38 drives down low. Out to take, Cat to shoot shot. Coming out there for the former NBA 2K League guard and gets it to go. 8-point lead now in favor of handles.
Just a reminder for those of you out there, check it out. Cavs Legion and Grizz Gaming once again on the main screen. If you would love to watch multiple games at once, or if one game you're watching happens to go away for just a second, it's not gone forever. Check out the command center, bottom left side of your screen. It'll be your favorite thing to use this year, trust me.
Cavs are leading this one 1-0. Whoever wins here tonight will see them at District E. Not guaranteed money, but you want to go out there, play in person. So that's kind of what you're fighting for right now on top of everything else. The Cavs are up 1-0. Good start coming out there for the Grizz offensively as they only got 3 seconds to work it now. Antoine thought about the shot over to the corner to see fading away. That's no good. Ford corralled in there by Smart.
If he would have greened that, Subgoated is a dog.
Oh. And Antoine from downtown gets that one to drop. It's possible.
That was sexy. It's possible. It's crazy.
That's his first three attempted in 3 games.
I mean, hey, man, when you got your corners who know how to get them up. No way, y'all bail him out. He just went up on the whole team. Don't give him a foul there. Make him learn his lesson. It has to have a punishment.
What's up, everyone? This is NetsGC Live. Hashtag the Brooklyn Code brought to you by Webull. Guys, tonight We're warming everyone up for the huge matchup between the number 7 seeded Wizards District Gaming and our number 10th seed Nets Gaming Crew. Want to thank everyone for hopping into the chat, into the stream for tonight's festivities. We've got a lot planned. Just around the corner, we're going to have OG King Kurt, NetsGC general manager and head coach, come on to kind of preview tonight's matchup. It will be, I do want to add this caveat, it was pre-recorded, so we won't be able to ask him chat questions live or directly. They will be available post-game. By they, I mean the coach and the players. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the Brooklyn Nets do have a game tonight at Barclays Center, and it would have prevented us from doing the pre-show live due to copyright infringement and music playing in the background. You know how Brooklyn Nets games are popping each and every home game. So we did pre-record it with Kurt. We'll be playing that for you guys in just a moment. But we see you in the chat. Streets, Chris Sosa, Banana Anna, thank you for hopping in early. Almost 20 minutes until first check, game one, NetsGC, Wizards DG. The winner goes on to play live in the top 12 in DC District E. I do want to add that we didn't have a giveaway for the first episode or the first stream, but here tonight on NetsGC Live, if NetsGC defeats Wizards DG, we will be giving away a copy of NBA 2K23 for next gen. That's right, for both consoles. That's one Xbox winner, one PlayStation winner. We'll also be handing out some codes for NetsGC digital merch. We're going to be premiering a trailer for Crew Access Chapter 2. The first episode, really well received. We are extremely grateful for the support and the love that you guys showed that first chapter. The second episode is dedicated to Greens, our number 2 overall pick and future Rookie of the Year candidate. So we're excited to kind of show that off. And then we'll also be talking about some exclusive giveaways that we have planned for next week across all platforms, and an exclusive giveaway we'll have on TikTok and YouTube. So lots to come, lots to kind of dive into. We're going to head to a quick break here, but on the other side, the pregame show pre-recorded with myself and OG King Kurt.
See, drops like that, I'm telling you, we see him all the time, and I don't.
What's up, guys? I have NetsGC general manager and head coach OG King Kurt here for the NetsGC Live pre-show. Kurt, right into it. Number 7 Wizards Gaming versus number 10 your Nets Gaming Crew. The Wizards are coming out of their first round in the upper bracket versus Los Cheetos or Blow Navy. They beat them 3-1 in that opening round. Los Cheetos was actually the number 1 seeded community team, yet they still beat the gaming. I like if we look ahead to tonight's matchup, let's take a look at the past, right? Historically, we've been on the wrong side of the result versus Wizards GP, whether it was 3v3 or 5v5 last year or the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago. What is it about this team that makes them so difficult to play against, even though they don't have safe rats?
Yeah, I mean, it's a group of winners. I mean, you got the all-time winningest player in 2K League history still in uniform over there. So the culture is it's still going to be the same. I don't expect it to be any different. Definitely, I don't want to rewind too many of those, those unfortunate losses we've taken in the past. But it's always been a gritty game when we play with this game, no matter what the mode is. So tonight, we don't expect anything to be any different. I definitely got it. You don't want to beat yourself when you're playing teams like this game. Want to be smart. The one thing that we like to go with over here, we'll live sometimes and not make an open shot. So we definitely don't want to turn over the ball. Not saying that we're satisfied with missing open shots, but we just think we're going to get stopped and get more possessions, but definitely want to take care of the possessions that we need. So tonight, I expect the same grittiness that we always normally have with them. Maybe 4 or 5 games, but definitely going to be ultimately competitive.
For sure. And I'm very he's he's not Jay Fry, but he's not trying to be, right? Like, we talked to him 2 years ago during pre-draft, and he made it clear to us he doesn't wanna be known as the next Tina, right? He wants to be known as the first Cap. What kind of challenges does Cap present to this next season?
I mean, he's a type of guard that he's not going to overdo it. I mean, he's just going to take what you give him.
Steve from NetsGC. Today we have a very special event, something that means a lot to me. We're at the New York Tattoo Convention. We're checking it out today, seeing the different type of styles that people have, meeting some new people, just exploring. All these people are coming from national, international spots, so a lot of diversity going on around here, but super excited about what we have scheduled for you guys. So make sure you guys stay tuned and catch us next time. Okay, so when did this all kind of get started and going?
So the genesis of the convention actually started in December of 2019.
Yeah.
We booked another expo center here in Brooklyn. Of course, we all know what happened in March 2020.
Yep.
COVID began. And, then we had a series of hurdles. Postponed. The original convention center, we had to re-sign with them for the following year, and then they sold their building, so we had to scramble to find another building, and we found this building, and we then postponed it one more time, and then we actually pinned the date, and we got this weekend. So, a lot of hurdles sort of through COVID, and, but we're here. So what I did was we have representatives from 5 continents here. We've got North America, South America, Europe, we got Asia, and we got Australia, New Zealand. So, and I mean, I got to say, these artists are incredible in that for 3 years, they sort of stuck with us and said, we're coming, and, here we are.
So where's your spot?
Well, this is all me. This is my tattoo studio, Engology Tattoo Art Gallery in New York City and Los Angeles.
Wow.
So pretty much everybody you see on the wall, I've done their 01 visas, and they're all obviously here at my show representing me.
How often do you tattoo?
There's a good question.
Yep.
I am not a tattoo artist.
Never, really?
I'm an entrepreneur.
I've
got a whole background. I had 15 years in Wall Street. I had 10 years. I built a big construction company. That didn't go so well right after the bust. And then I got into the tattoo world, and suddenly, even though I've been around it for a long, long time, I getting tattooed, and back in the 90s, looking at my magazines and all of that stuff, and seeing, we got a couple of those artists here. We got Joey Capobianco down there, who's one of my heroes, who's from New Haven, and guys like Mike Chambers over there from Philadelphia, and they're the guys that I sort of looked to in the 90s, and then I went to my first tattoo convention in Westchester here, and I was like, okay.
Fell in love. So after this weekend of the New York Tattoo Convention, what's next on the schedule?
What's next on the schedule? Well, I got to Engology New York, and I'll go back out to LA, and my 01 visa business is
taking off,
really beginning to crank up, and I have a couple of other exciting events that they're all in my head, they're all on the computer, and
just got to put it on paper and get it going.
I'm a in the head guy. We're doing this, and then look back and wonder, how do we get from there to here?
Hey guys, it's Steve from NetsGC. Today I'm here with Jen. Jen, I want you to kind of walk us through what you do here, how you're affiliated with this New York Tattoo Convention, and just kind of walk me through the process.
Yeah, so I work back in the UK, and I now work in New York. I'm working here. It's a bit of a story, really. I met Donald back in 2016, and he helped me to get my US visa.
Nice.
So I came out here. I work in Donald's studio as well as back in the UK. And then I've been invited to this convention as well.
Nice. Okay, so before that, you and I spoke before. I used to be a financial advisor, ended up becoming a professional video game player. You kind of mentioned that you were doing something before this, so would you like to speak on that for a sec before you hopped into the tattoo industry?
Yeah, so I did study art for many years, and then I went into the mortgage industry. And so for 4 years, I was selling mortgages.
Are you happy about Are you happy you made the transition?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to try, obviously this is a huge thing for me. I love getting my tattoos as well, so I wanted you to peep the arms and see if there's anything that you that stands out that you're kind of interested, that you kind of like, okay, I like that. There's one that I have a funny one, but I don't know if I don't know if you watch SpongeBob, but I have Patrick Star on the elbow, and so a lot of people usually enjoy that one. I have Wednesday Addams from the Addams family.
You know what? I'm a huge Addams fan. So I think it has got to be the Wednesday Addams for sure.
I'm happy about that. Thank you.
Especially if she's got a little poison bottle.
Yep. You have her little cyanide bottle?
Yeah.
Yep. I knew that one. I kind of felt like Jen would like that
cute.
one, actually. Guys, it's Steve from NetsGC. Today I'm here with Bernadette. This is one of the MCs for a bunch of tattoo conventions all over the place. So kind of get me started. Let me know how you got going in this industry and where you're at kind of.
So I used to host a show called Stolen TV. So I do like convention coverage all over.
Okay.
And then conventions started asking me to host them. So now I host conventions all over the world. It's
Nice.
amazing, yeah.
Okay, so where is this taking you internationally? Where have you been so far?
Oh gosh. Everywhere. Australia, Russia, Canada, Germany, Italy, France, Spain,
Okay.
everywhere. All the conventions.
Okay, and then how long have you been working with Donald?
Oh gosh. So I hosted my first expo with them in Ireland, I think 5 years ago, and I hosted every single year, so I go back. And now they're throwing this one, so they brought me on.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then another thing I wanted to do with you, it was my idea to come up with this content piece, but you have to pick a tattoo that you like about
I gotta be able to see
my
it?
portfolio. Yeah, and then I'm going to try and pick one on you if you're okay with it, so I'll let you go first.
Okay, I feel like everyone keeps looking on this side.
No.
So what is
I didn't think it
going
was going to be on this side. I thought it was going to be the other
Okay.
side. Yeah. Nope.
Okay, let's see.
I think she found it.
When did you get this?
Like 5 months ago.
Shut up.
I swear to
Okay,
God.
well, I'm gonna go with, oh, what is this? Whiskey?
It's like a little cocktail, yeah.
I like this.
All right. She went with the Patrick Star on the elbow. I know. Jesus, expose me like that. All right, my turn.
Okay.
Arms. Okay, the one that stood out to me is you obviously have a cancer awareness ribbon.
I do.
So I do like that. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. My mom actually had leukemia when I was younger, and then my dad passed away when I was 18 with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. So what is this from?
My best friend
Okay.
died from cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, everyone knows someone who died
You
from
have
cancer.
you have a lot of good tattoos, but this
It's
one obviously
horrible.
it means something to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy your
Yeah,
tattoo.
it's painful to watch. Yes. Yeah.
It's different lockdowns, and we kind of saw it too with the Pistons matchup. You're going to have bag motion who's going to adjust to what you're doing. They game plan well. Then you're going to have the corners that are going to play an impact. In this right now, you're just not seeing that. It looks like a Grizz gaming team who defensively, they're really just trying to find answers on the fly, and that's why they're down 2-0.
Oh, see right there. Wide open, corner fade, and we're taking a dump.
And they get the ball right back.
There it is.
That is their third botched inbounds in the past 2 games.
And 2 of them coming back to back, going out there from sub 2. He had that earlier one where they just threw it right at his face. Then the one where it ends up pushing him out of bounds. And Cavs Legion staring right down at a sweep in mind to advance forward to see them at District E in Washington, D.C. But what can CP do to try to answer here? They're down by 4, and he'll take the dunk.
And they need to put
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching NetsGC Live, being simultaneously casted across multiple platforms. We've got Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. We appreciate each and every single one of you guys. You're all part of the crew for joining us on what should be an electric night. We've got a second round upper bracket matchup between your NetsGC and the number 7th seed Wizards District Gaming. I sincerely apologize for the pre-show. We had tested it before going live and everything was fine. And then, of course, a random wrench was kind of thrown into our plans and we had audio issues. But we live, we move on, and we pivot. I'm sure that's going to be one of many ups and downs that we get to experience. That is the roller coaster ride of the NBA 2K League. Tonight's matchup is going to be great. One of the reasons why I really was looking forward to you guys seeing that pre-show was Kurt really broke down exactly what we should kind of look out for and expect in tonight's best of 5 series. It was like a 15-17 minute preview, and so unfortunately we weren't able to kind of go through it, but he did provide us with 3 different keys that we should look out for tonight, and I am going to highlight that as I keep an eye on the broadcast here and make sure we're not missing anything.
Gradients is a 2 out of 10. C's brought that up to I'll give it like a 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, they
see
still
how
haven't
again Lewis
started
is
yet.
celebrating her win
Should be
in
any
a big
second
way.
though.
There you have it. Yes.
But no, Kurt's 3 keys to
feel about
tonight's
Swan
matchup
right now?
versus
Bob
Wizards
has no time
DG.
behind it.
The
I mean,
first
I
being
can't
take
take
care
it
of the
like that.
ball.
So Fred's the
As
same
you
thing.
guys
He's got
know,
the
over
next
the
move.
last few years, Wizards
Take a look
DG
at
has
number break
been
as well.
the
Just grip it. I
gold
got two
standard
left feet over here,
in team
JT, and they're both
defense,
size
whether that's
13. I'm not
5s or
messing with
3s.
this.
They
Wait,
are
wait,
always
wait.
a
It
tough
wasn't
out,
even
regardless of
pointed
what their
at you.
offense looks
Y'all
like,
threw your one
because
on
of
the
that
night,
defense.
baby. Y'all threw your
Despite Dave
one on
Fry
the
no
night.
longer
All
being
I
there,
did
they still
was
have that
not give
core
the
of
champs
Just Awkward
they
and
flowers.
Udini.
That's
So the
it.
guys are going to have to be
Besides
taking
that,
care of the
I'm
ball
3 and
tonight.
1
The
on the
second
night, and I'm
goal, or
not
the
done.
second key
I'm
to
not
tonight's
done.
game,
I'm giving
according to Kurt,
predictions
was
all
just make your
night.
opens.
All
I mean,
right.
you can
By the way,
talk
of the four
about
teams you
the
saw
team
right
being
there
on
that
Central
moved on to the
Server
upper side of the
last
bracket,
round against
they
Mavs
are
Gaming and how
officially
that may
headed
or may
off
not have
to
affected it.
Washington,
But
D.C.
we're
to check
all
out
kind of
District
playing
2.
the same
The
game. These
fellas
guys are all
also,
professionals.
the last
You're
part
going
of
to
my
have to
chat with
adjust
Hayes
on the
Casey,
fly,
I asked
make
him
your
about what it was
opens.
like to make a
That is
music
it's going to
video
be a
with
big
two
one. We were
major
able to
league
overcome that
anthems,
against Mavs Gaming.
and he had a
I'm not
lot
sure
to
it's going to
say.
be
Let's go
as
ahead and give it a hear.
easy if we go through similar shooting struggles against Wizards District Gaming. And then the last key being just kind of paying attention to what Just Awkward does in the half court, especially on the offensive end. We know how much of a phenom he is defensively. He's going to hound greens. He's going to, swing like crazy. He's going to make crazy, just based off defensive instincts, he's going to be making plays that your average lock typically wouldn't make. However, the big impact that he brings, and one of the reasons why he's such a special a player in the league, is what he brings offensively as a small forward, as a lock. I think he led he led the team in shots or was tied for the lead in shot attempts last round against Glow Navy in 2 of the 4 games. Right, that's not your average lock numbers. He's right up there with Cap in shot attempts. So what the team does and how NetsGC goes about trying to contain everything that makes up the Wizards DG DNA is going to be play a big factor in tonight's outcome. So, with that said, we should be starting any second. We're going to go to a quick break. But like I had mentioned, right, if NetsGC comes out with the victory tonight, 1, they qualify for in-person play in the first tournament of the year, so that's huge. 2, we're going to be giving away a copy of NBA 2K23, both for Xbox and PlayStation, and we're going to be throwing out a few digital codes for NetsGC digital merch. And then we'll be revealing a Crew Access Chapter 2 trailer later this evening, and then also give you guys an inside scoop, a little bit of a sneak peek into what we'll be giving away next week as well. Keep it locked in. This is NetsGC Live. We'll see you guys just after this break. Sorry about that, everyone. As you guys can see, the score is 7-5, game 1. NetsGC off to a good start. It took a little bit to kind of get into the command center, but we're all set, I think. Let me know if we are having any audio issues in the chat, but you guys should hear me. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the game sounds or anything like that. We're not on the main broadcast feed, so you won't be hearing any commentary from Dirk, Veli, JT, and Harris. But once they throw us up on the main broadcast, I'm going to switch over. Let me know if you guys can hear at least some of the game sounds just for a little background audio and the help with the ambiance. But 9-5, let's hop right into the gameplay. This is kind of the start we were looking for. You don't really want to fall behind to Wizards DG. That's a good look. Find Steez on the fast break. This Wizards DG looking a little bit disorganized there in transition or semi-transition. Steez knocks it down. I'm really interested to kind of take a peek at the box score, the first chance we get. That's a great move. Little disguise the badge there, the playmaking badge from Greens. He pops it. Good top of the wing 3 there. 15-8. This is an amazing start. Jen, let me know if you can hear at least some of the game sounds. And if not, I'm going to play around with some of the settings for game 2 because we definitely had audio coming in properly prior to this. $15-11. That's an impressive shot. Green the contested there. All right, I appreciate you. I'm going to take a look at that as soon as we get out of this game. 18-13, a 3 seals game 1 for us. Definitely want to just take your 2s there. Really here, just no 3s, right? Pretty basic 3v3. There's the double trap. We're fully willing to live with Awkward just getting his easy dunk there. It's a good contest. That should seal the deal. Let's take a look at this. Streets had 10 points. Really similar, like almost eerily similar to how we came out last night, right? We took game 1 against Mavs Gaming. Sean had double-digit scoring. I think maybe he had 14 points. He only missed 1 shot. In this game, he gets double digits again, and that's an amazing start. I don't want to get too excited. Last night, I kind of fell into that trap. We won game 1 convincingly, thinking that we might either sweep Mavs Gaming or we would at least win 3-1. So I'm going to reel it back in. We're going to go to a quick break. I'm going to play around with the audio a little bit. Maybe we're on main broadcast. We can hear some of the commentary, but fantastic start. 2 more wins away, 42 points away specifically from locking in our spot for in-person play next week. Again, great start. Let's head over to a break, and I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, we're back, everyone, for game 2. No promises. Oh, big stop. I wish he'd knocked that down. That was potentially a devastating start there for Wizards DG. A great start for anyone who's fans of NetsGC. Let me know if the game audio sounds slightly better. Again, you're not going to hear any commentary for this one, but give me an update on the artificial crowd noise that you may or may not be hearing. Oh, Green's making moves. That's huge. You don't see a lot of players, have the ability or let alone have the confidence try and pull that move off on Defensive Player of the Year winner in Awkward. Is it better? Okay, that's good. All right, yeah, just keep me honest, chat. Actually, let's see if we can hop on over to the main broadcast here.
After it went up 1-0, because then it seemed like weird. It seemed biased, but I do have Nets in this series. Like, that's who I had, but say it, I was updated that they went up 1-0.
All right, let me know if you guys can hear the commentary. Lady Streets or Banana Anna. Are you guys able to properly make out what the commentary is? Okay, perfect. All right, 9-6. 9-6. Let's lock in on the gameplay.
They mean nothing.
Up game 1. What is going on there? That is a crazy animation for both sides. Obviously, we'll take it. 2K gods blessing us. That was crazy. That should have been from an unbiased perspective, even though I'm very biased, that probably should have been a successful dunk for Awkward, but
they lost 2 series in a row in one day or out of the tournament. So we're finding out the mental strength of our teams now. I got you later in the day, though.
Yeah, the Gen G loss was tough. But hey, look at Nets, though. Leading the way with the foul.
shooting foul. Was that 9 points for Greens, 2 points for each of the Wizards DG players?
He says predictions mean nothing. I'm curious to hear your counter argument.
Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, we'll take it. 13-6. Up 3 possessions right now. This is good. I'm trying not to get too excited. Yuki, what's up?
Like we're wrong. Like people sometimes look like
Cheering on.
That's a horrible
Cheering on
prediction.
Streets.
Like anybody can't.
He's having another really good game. 13-8.
A 9-0 team is a bad prediction, and then they get swept. Like
another reason why I wanted you guys to kind of see that pre-recorded pre-show.
No prediction can be.
You guys saw Greens on screen here. You know, Kurt was raining compliments on the young rookie, Brooklyn native, Brooklyn's own, and how even keel he was. Especially because we started group play so strong, and then we dropped that game to Oz. You know, we have to go the distance. What, 5 straight games? They just switched back to get us off main broadcast. That's crazy. 15-10. Greens is moving. He might have had the lane there. All right, he's got the ISO on Cap. See what he does. Oh my goodness. I love that. Like, they manipulated that Wizards defense perfectly, forced the rotation out of the corner. Greens makes that split-second read right to Steez. He makes no mistake about it. He knocks it down. It's 18-10. Yeah, they're making me proud too. This is an impressive showing from the guys. We'll live with that. 18-12. The moment we switch back to main broadcast, we'll hop right back in there. But I don't know. Usually when the main broadcast switches to a different feed like that, they think the game's a wrap. So hopefully the broadcast team is right. Here we go. Potentially for the game 2 victory. Good defense by Cap. Oh, Sean hesitated there just a little bit, but Steez was there to clean it up. Good defensive possession there from Washington. I think just here, no threes. Again, you see Streets and Greens there sticking to their corners, not helping. That too won't hurt us, at least not right now. I think here we just take whatever they give us. I don't think they're going to give us much, though. There's the switch. Nice pass back. You got to throw something up. Oh, man. You got to give Washington credit, chat. Like, they are making it very difficult for us to get these last 3 points. And again, the guys refusing to help off the corners. Not wanting to give up the 3. They got to get something here, though. This set Washington defense, incredibly suffocating. There's nothing so far. Greens has to make something happen. There it is, Greens. Oh boy, what a move. That is huge. You saw, that's quickly becoming Green's signature move. We saw a lot of that in his debut against Pacers Gaming, where he just waits for the defender to fly by and then he'll green it. That was incredible, but man, did Washington really, really make us earn that. But we're up 2-0. I said I wasn't going to get excited after the first game. I'm having a little bit of difficulty containing myself after the second game, but I know it's not going to be easy to put these guys away. They have an established 5v5 resume, and then last year, all the success in the world for 3v3. And despite Dayfry not being with them, it's going to be tough to get that third and final win that we need. In between this game and next game, we're excited to reveal a sneak peek at our trailer for Crew Access Chapter 2. It actually goes live tomorrow, but you guys in the chat in this stream is going to be the
A crew is the
I want to be remembered in my career as an all-time great.
So there you guys go. A quick 20-second trailer that will debut on all social platforms. Just a nice little tease to Chapter 2. Again, Chapter 1 of Crew Access. We're so thankful that so many people were able to kind of view it and walked away with it, feeling very impressed and excited about the content series. There's so many different ways and directions we can kind of take it. But most importantly, the biggest thing for us is that we take the stories that we know these guys have and that these guys are, the main characters of, and relay that to you guys, because each and every single one of them have such a unique story, and it's so important for us to be able to kind of broadcast that to you in the chat, to all of Nets Kingdom, and to all of the 2K world. So great stuff from everyone involved in Crew Access. Again, that trailer is going to drop tomorrow, but you guys were the first first members of the crew to see it. So game 3 between NetsGC, number 10 seed, versus Wizards District Gaming, number 7 seed. That's a dot. Well, we got to knock that down. 2-0. You have to expect, right, backs against the wall. Wizards DG is going to throw everything at us. We'll live with that. 2 easy points. I don't want to jinx it, but that's a deep 3 greens. Yeah, I'm just not gonna even say it. I won't jinx it by just not saying it. So 6-2, down 2 possessions. We're in a position to sweep Wizards District Gaming. It was lagging there for a little bit. Let me know if it's still lagging, chat. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. Nothing was really spiking here on my end. I appreciate everyone for kind of bearing with us as we kind of work through all the technical difficulties. Again, this is for those who aren't aware, this is our second ever NetsGC live stream. Our goal is to kind of build on it every show. And, you know, the thing we were hoping to kind of add today was that pre-show. Didn't really work our way or work out the way we wanted to. But so far this series, despite being down by quite a bit here in this third game, we're up 2-0. It doesn't the pessimist in me is going to safely say it doesn't look like a sweep is in the cards. Being down this many to Wizards DG, but gladly take being up 2-1. Hopefully the guys can prove me wrong here. It starts here with Greens. He knocks down that 3. Good decisive move off that right wing PNR. Oh, there you go. That's a huge block. Oh, Alex is turning up now. Block, huge defensive deflection there. Greens takes the easy 2. You're right. Positive vibes only. That's a nut. What's up, Mama Streets? Glad to have you in the chat. $16-14 now. What's up, Mar? Appreciate you stopping by. If there's one thing that everybody here has in common is that we all love NetsGC basketball. We got a little crew clubhouse 18-18, 3 points away from taking game 3. I can definitely see the lag, guys. It's starting to show on my end, so I apologize. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there, but hopefully it clears up a little bit. I promise each and every stream will kind of continue to polish up the production value, give you guys more and more reasons to tune in to NetsGC Live. That green's deflection. Gabe wasn't cooperating with us. That's a big stop. Yep. Here we go. You have ice it. That is crazy. 22-18. Okay, you hear the commentary team. It's so unfortunate that we weren't on main broadcast for that. I can almost guarantee, like, okay, let me just get situated here. That's crazy. I can't believe what I just saw. All right, 1 second. Let me get situated. I'm going to put up the 2K League stream Twitch up right now.
Team in this matchup right here. But head on over to a break.
Okay, so you guys should see the 2K League stream up now.
Teams are stepping up in a big way.
3-0. Chat. 3-0. Okay, you've heard the broadcast team talk about like a commentator's curse. I think we just reversed that because at one point in game 3, we tapped into the reverse magic. At one point in game 3, we were down what was it? 14-7. And then I flooded you guys with the most negative energy in the world. I said that the sweep was not in the cards. I was already checked and looking forward to game 4. Reverse curse. Reverse commentator's curse. And the guys pull off one of the craziest comebacks we've seen from any team and go on to complete the sweep. That was nuts. 3-0. I think that was probably the best. That is easily the best we've seen the guys play in threes. That was our first sweep of the 2023 3v3 season. This is now a 4-game win streak for the squad. And you heard it from Bucks Gaming last year when they won the 5v5 championship. You heard it from Pistons GT when they won the 3v3 title. And even the champions before that, right? Wizards DG. Basically any team that makes a deep run in a tournament, you never want to peak too early, right? You always want to hit your stride heading into that late tournament run. And I kind of think that's what's happening for us right now. 4-game win streak out of nowhere. First ever sweep. We take out a top team in Wizards DG, and we've secured a spot in that final 12. And we will officially be playing in person in DC at District E for the money, $150,000. Crazy. And guys, NetsGC Live is now undefeated. We're 2-0 watching as a crew, as a group here on stream. Man, we could take this far. Again, excited for the future. We got to keep doing this. We're definitely going to have a post-game show. I'm just waiting to hear from Kurt and the guys now. Because I definitely want to get some insight from the guys after that. No, that was game. Yeah. No, Jen's got you with the update. 3-0. I don't, again, I'm the pessimist of the group. And I feel like I help balance things out a little bit. And I'm okay with being wrong. But I'm not sure I was expecting a sweep. I would have been happy with a 3-1 win. You know, Harris always talks about Warriors Gaming Squad being the boogeyman, the evil empire, actually. And for me, that's Wizards District Gaming, because they've been such a thorn in our sides, right? You think about 2 years ago, our best team ever, our deepest run, we go to the Eastern Conference Finals, and guess who's there to stop our championship dreams? Wizards DG. They destroy us. Last year in 3s, couldn't beat them. 5s, we get flooded. And so this is a different iteration of the team, obviously. And for them to pull off that sweep and not just, dominate from beginning to end, but for them to experience some struggles in game 3 in that closeout game and still bounce back and recover, that's amazing signs. What's up, Toxic? You're going to boo me off? No, more than fair. More than fair. More than fair. I'm extremely happy for the guys as well. I can't wait for them to hop on the stream here in a couple minutes, and we'll kind of, break down that game a little bit. Oh, I thought Harris was talking about us for a second. All I could hear was sweep.
The Snickers most satisfying performance today. JT's down there giggling at me.
Is this the sweep that never was? Why aren't they talking about this on broadcast?
Crazy in that series. And hey, special shout out to Ant and Bag Motion for supporting their guy. We love seeing the man play as good as his beard is frizzy. Connor gets these Snickers today.
There we go. And Big Red definitely deserved it, right? And also an update from around the league.
Here we go.
A 3-0 with the Nets and the Wizards, and Nets came out on top. My opposite day prediction. There we go. JT, what words you got to throw us, man? Glitchy and Raptors, by the way, setting up for the next.
That's it?
Okay, one, I'm going to help Harris out. It's he's yick, not he's got that yick. That makes it sound like an illness. He's got that yick, makes it sound like an illness. He's yick. That's
Okay,
one.
so
And
it's the same thing like saying when you say he's chicken, he's yick. It's the same-
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
It's
all right,
short. Yeah,
I'm
he's
catching
yick.
up.
And Belly, you called the sweep? Hey, bro, we not letting you walk by with that. You didn't call the sweep. You said Wizards DG was winning, and it wasn't a debate to it. They got swept.
Sorry about that, chat.
Second team, he just picked the wins right away.
Hey, where your little broom at now? Where your little broom at now?
Oh, let's not make this about Wizards DG.
Wizards did win. They got the sweep. They got swept. They won at losing 3-0 against the Nets. No, I didn't expect that one at all, man. Nets laid it on them. Shout out to Greens in the squad. Yeah, sometimes predictions just go against you. I take the L, though.
Yeah,
You know
you're
what,
right.
Billy, you might get the L, but our audience gets a W because we get Warriors Wizards tomorrow with a spot in DC.
I'm so excited. All right, here's what's gonna happen.
Can you imagine? One of those teams that
We're gonna go to a
Those
quick
are two
break,
squads that I expected to be shoo-ins for that.
and then when we
Well,
come back,
crazy for
we'll start
both
the
teams to start
post-show.
off as hot as they did and have one of them knock out the other. I mean, they played in the same group too. They've already
And then we'll
played
go from
twice.
there.
They were
But
1-1,
again,
so
guys,
it's, yeah,
3-0
rubber match for the
sweep
for the
of
money.
Wizards DG.
I like that.
NetsGC
And,
punched their
talk about
ticket
for the money,
into
shout out to Red
the
Combos,
top
who's in the
12
chat. He
of
said
the
he
Slam
thinks
Open,
that
the
this
first
game
3v3 tournament
goes
of
to
the year.
5. Wait, Glitch, you been playing? I hope the same.
Just absolute
Looks like
absolute incredible
potentially go down that
performance
trail. See,
from
I
the
think
guys,
of it
all
like
three
this.
of
You
them.
remember with Pacers Gaming,
Can't wait to
it
break it
wasn't
all
really an
down.
issue, I think, in threes, but in
Please stay
fives.
patient with
Like
us.
the
We're gonna go to a
hometown
quick
team
break, and
didn't
we'll see
get
you on the other
to
side.
play in front of their hometown crowd. Imagine if DC somehow get that bug to where they're not going to be in District E, literally playing.
Big turnover
for three. Gets it
That's
to go.
a big turnover.
What's going on? Okay, wait, are you talking? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm muted. That's not me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect.
Okay, I don't know if you can hear the commentary in the back. I know there's a little bit of audio because of the Brooklyn Nets game in the background.
Yeah.
Initially, we weren't gonna do a post game because of the Brooklyn Nets game, but I think just because of the results of tonight, I think we just gotta live with it and see what happens.
Got to.
Yeah, we gotta get you on stream. Everybody in the chat showing you with some love. And just kind of congratulating the squad. Just kind of walk us through what you're feeling right now. Obviously, the job's not done, not anywhere close to being done, but just talk a little bit about how good of a feeling this must be for you and the squad.
Right. It's a real feeling. I mean, had a couple hiccups along the way getting into this game today. So we knew we're playing WizDG, a very smart team. Everybody on that court knows what they're doing. So coming in this game, I know I had to minimize my mistakes, as well as hit shots, which was kind of the struggle of why we've been dropping games and series that shouldn't be dropped. Shouldn't be 3-2, these game fives, things like that. So coming into this game, I just want to make sure I was on my A game, hitting all my shots, minimizing turnovers, limiting turnovers, and just trust the defense. And I think we did pretty well today on doing that. Had 2 perfect games offensively, something that we kind of been lacking, and most teams have been lacking in 3v3. So for us to say that we had 2 perfect games offensively, it helps a lot for the team morale. Makes my team want to play more defense. You know what I'm saying? So.
No, definitely. Everything kind of came together. Before we kind of continue to break down what we saw in NetsGC Live and you guys sweeping Wizards DG, I want to take a quick step back and pinpoint a moment on stream where when you guys finally beat Mavs Gaming after you hit that game-winning shot in Game 5, there's a shot of the gaming studio there presented by LIU, and you see all the guys, your teammates, kind of like you guys are high-fiving each other, but there's a noticeable like sense of frustration with you. I don't know if you've seen the clip after Game 5. What were you kind of frustrated about, and what did you do to kind of like shake that feeling away headed into this matchup with Wizards DG?
Right. So obviously, like, no disrespect to the Mavs, great team over there, but it was kind of the same way I've been feeling for the past couple series. Is we're getting to these game fives, and yes, we're winning. I'm happy about that, but it's ugly wins, you know. Games that should have been easily series 3-0, 3-1, things like that. So the frustration for me just came from just missing open shots, which was the kind of the narrative of that series. So I kind of like watched that game back. And obviously, like, it wasn't our server, of course, but I don't really make no excuses of things like that. I have to hit shots no matter what. My team has to make shots no matter what if you want to win it 3-3. So kind of just watched those games back and looked at things I could have done better, shots that I may have passed up, shots were kind of 50-50, but you got to see how the flow of the game is going, where I could have easily took a 2 right there. So going into that, I kind of watched our mistakes as well as what the Wiz lack, and defensively, which is something we came in and took advantage of.
For sure. If you guys are just tuning in, whether that's on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, you're watching NetsGC Live, the post-game show. NetsGC sweep Wizards DG and lock in their spot for in-person play next week in DC. If you guys are hearing a lot of background noise and audio, that is because there's a Brooklyn Nets game taking place at the Barclays Center as we speak. That is one of the cool little perks that NetsGC has, where they're one of the few teams that operate outside of their parent club team. Greens, if you could do me the quickest favor and let your guys know to just tone it down just a little bit, because we can hear Streets and OG.
Yeah, man. They said
that's the second stream in a row now where Sean is making a little bit of a cameo in the post-game show. I'm looking forward to having him on the stream eventually too. But Greens, we talked about in-person play, right? This being your rookie year, 100% of your games have been played remote. I know you are eager to play on stage. Just talk a little bit about what that opportunity means to you and what you're looking forward to the most.
The opportunity, it means a lot to know that we kind of took advantage of our opportunities and things like that. Right. So it's surreal. I'm excited to get ready to hoop in person and kind of transition kind of what we did that last series to this series and the following series after that in person. So definitely excited.
For sure, for sure. Now, before we let Greens go, guys, just so you know, just like with the last stream, if you have any questions for our superstar point guard, please leave them in the chat and we can get to those. Loud is in the chat. He says, a huge fan of you, Greens. Can I ask at what point in your career did you know you were going to be a dominant guard?
My dog Loud, shout out to you. It was good. Kind of honestly, the moment like I started playing competitively, I kind of knew like my scoring ability was up there with the best at the time, which was like around 2K20. So like the BPs, the Chalks, the Splashes, like those guys over there. People I watched a lot and kind of transitioned my game from watching them scoring wise, passing wise, and kind of added a little bit of my game into that, which kind of makes me, I feel like my own type of guard. Like I'm really like my own type of play style. So I would say around 2K20.
2K20. Okay, dope. I appreciate you, Loud, for dropping that question. Again, if you guys have any other questions for Greens, please drop them in the chat right now. We got Blessed Up. He says, been such a huge fan of you, Greens. We're also giving away a copy of NBA 2K23, both on Xbox and PlayStation 5. Please drop your console in the chat, whether you are on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. We're going to pick out one lucky winner because we won, because we advanced to DC next week. We're going to be giving out those codes as well as NetsGC digital merch. Greens, what do you think was the biggest difference, right? Because like we had gone through 2 weeks of group play. We have now gone through 1 week of bracket remote play. At no point did you guys go on an extended winning streak like this, right? You're now at 4 in a row. At no point did you sweep a team. It's all coming together now at the same time. What do you think, in your opinion, are the biggest differences for the squad?
Honestly, I feel like our chemistry and our understanding of each other and our philosophy of offense and defense is we kind of put all of our ideas together and just more of a better understanding of it for each other, as well as me becoming a new guard and having like my philosophy of offense, which might have been a little bit different from previous years that they've had point guards. So once we kind of have that better understanding for each other, everything's going to come together, and as well as a feeling of comfortability for me. Uh, Today marks my 10th game played as a pro. So kind of like those pregame jitters that I had about 2 weeks ago slowly go away each and every game. So definitely it's a sense of comfortability and knowing and just acknowledging that I belong here and this was no mistake.
Yeah, like we mentioned, or like we talk about from the beginning, it really is kind of destiny, fate, and manifestation, and we've managed to do that up to this point. We've now set the stage for a memorable run, Greens. We are so very excited to see what you guys do next week for in-person play to wrap up Slam Open. Greens, any final words before we let you go and bring Kurt on to the post show?
Nothing. I appreciate everybody, love and support with NetsGC as well as myself. I heard you say Blessed Up. That's my mom. I think this is the first game she actually watched them on. So shout out to her. I appreciate her and let me do what I love to do.
Amazing. And guys, again, remember the trailer for Crew Access Chapter 2. What's up? What's up, Sean? We're going to have you. Yeah, Mean Streets. We're going to have you on the stream one day. We're just teeing it up. Hope maybe next week, but we'll see where that goes. But again, Crew Access Chapter 2, Hometown Kid features Greens. The trailer drops tomorrow. The episode drops on Saturday. Greens, congratulations again. Guys, we're going to go to a quick break. On the other side, we're going to have NetsGC General Manager and Head Coach OG King Kurt take the press conference table. Greens, thanks.
Appreciate you having me.
Defensive rebound there, and you do completely nothing with it. Game 5 is not the time to pile up your mistakes, which they have 2 or 3 already or early on.
It's a big series for Mooch. You know, we've been talking about him a lot. Opportunity with this Raptors team to be their lead guard. I think he's been pretty good so far to start the year. Has had some good flashes, but this is the first time, JT, he's been under a lot of pressure. Game 5, lead guard. Let's see what Mooch has got in his bag. This I don't call it a legacy series, but this will be big.
What's up, Kurt? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect, guys. Welcome back. This is NetsGC Live, the post-game show. We've got NetsGC General Manager and Head Coach OG King Kurt here with us. Kurt, we're now 2-0 with NetsGC Live. How are you feeling?
Hey, man, I'm feeling great. I got a group of guys who got my back each and every night. They're willing to come in here and fight for each other and representing themselves and SGC to the fullest. We talked about getting over the hump. I think, this was a statement series for us, not about who it was, but it's about the moments that we're trying to get over. We done been right there a time or two, but now, getting over that hump and getting into the money rounds. This is off to my best start since I've been, managing SGC. So we're only looking to build on it and go up from here.
Yeah, and I love that we got the sweep, first one of the season. But I am especially enthusiastic about how that final game played out. So you haven't seen the stream yet, but if you do end up watching this one back, me, I was so pessimistic being down 14-7, and I was basically checked. I was like, all right, we got to lock in for game 4. Let's go close this out.
No, Chris. Hey, Chris, I don't even mean to cut you off, but if you were in the room when we were down 14-7, we were still playing like it was a tie game. And it showed in the gameplay by the stops that we got and being able to convert those turnovers into easy buckets and fast buckets and get back and do it all over again. So it was one of those, you had to be here.
So, I love that you kind of brought that up where the team's confidence never really wavered, and it showed in the gameplay, right? Like, you were getting deflections, Steves was getting blocks, Streets was making plays, Greens was, getting plucks. What are you most proud of when it comes to the team and how they've progressed from beginning to up to this point? What's the biggest change for you? Because, this is the first sweep of the season, a 4-game winning streak out of nowhere. What are you most proud of?
I've been talking to you about this in private, but just how they come in and their approach each and every day, and now that it's translating over into actual, live gameplay. They never, the one thing about when we in practice and maybe we don't play good in certain scrim blocks or whatever, they never really trip. They talk about things that we need to work on, talk about things that we need to fix, and they move on to the next block. And they do the same thing when it comes time to play. If we play, in game 1, came out, we played phenomenal. We didn't miss a shot. I don't remember us turning the ball over or anything like that. And even if we did, it wasn't at a high clip. But they just move on to the next game. And I think that moment right there, being down 14-7, it kind of showed how resilient they are, and that's really what I'm most proud about. And we're being led by a young guy. Everybody can look at the talent and everything like that, but he listens to his vets, and they listen to him. They trust him 1,000%. Even I do too, even though I'm sitting over there holding my breath half the time, but. It's something beautiful to watch of how they connect off the game, and then when it's time to come on the game, they just push each other to a whole nother level. And it's unfortunate, and I'm going to say this, but if you didn't see it, the only way you're going to be able to go back and watch it live is on our stream, because we didn't get a lot of gameplay or airplay on the 2K League stream, which was so unfortunate, with a 10th and 7th seed playing for a trip to go to D.C. Makes no sense to me whatsoever, but just to be able to see the reaction afterwards. And I know that I got somebody that I can trust in each and every seat in this room, And there's no better feeling like that when you managing and coaching in this 2K league.
100%. And I mean, that's one of the reasons why we were excited about NetsGC Live, right? We wanted to be able to have a spot for not just us, but for supporters of NetsGC to see and watch and break down every single one of our games. And it's not just us, it's also the games that are happening around us that have something to do with NetsGC. For example, this game that's in front of you right now, Kurt, Team Glitchy versus Raptors Uprising GC. The importance of this game in regards to Brooklyn is that we play the winner of this matchup in the first round of in-person play next week. So the series is tied 2-2. 21 points is within reach for both squads. Kurt, maybe not too much don't break down too much in depth, but just give your thoughts there.
Well, hey, there we have it. There we have it. I mean, we knew we had a familiar opponent, and of course Raptors GC, but now we see that we'll be playing a community team, so in Glitchy. So I mean, hats off to them. We don't overlook anybody over here because we always feel like no matter what. I know another team in this league took the hashtag underdog, but we always have that no matter what. So I think it's going to be a good and gritty series. We're going to be on stage. We're not unfamiliar completely with stage. We got this good kid coming with us named Tariq Reed. So I'll take our chances.
There you guys see it. The what timing on our part too, Kurt. The upper bracket graphic there on broadcast. You guys see there we take on Team Glitchy, our first ever matchup with a community team. Like Kurt said, we're gonna be breaking it all down as we approach that date when the league finally releases that schedule. We'll have more details for you. Kurt, before we let you go and before we wrap up NetsGC Live here, one of the reasons why I love the possibility of this show is just all the little pieces of information and all the little insight you can provide us basically as it's happening or just after the series occurs. And one thing I really wanted to ask you was not game 3, but in game 2, trying to put the Wizards away. I think the guys were up 18, maybe 18-12 or something like that.
It was actually 18-10.
18-10. Talk about how difficult it is to not just put Wizards DG, but any competitive team away in a series, and how they made the guys work for it, but ultimately the guys didn't panic and were able to secure that second victory. What was happening in the room for those of us who weren't able to be there with you?
Yeah, when you get up a significant amount in threes like that, that a team is going to start playing a little bit more aggressive. They definitely, most teams are not going to give up twos. They're going to make you shoot in those situations. So we knew it was going to be tough. It was some few instances where we just had some miscommunications, not going all the way through to open up space in the court, and different things like that. But we felt like, if we get up 8 points against anybody, it's probably going to be tough. It's going to be tough for us to go out like that. So I think we just calmed down, just relaxed, and just said, we felt like they were going to be aggressive, making some gambles here and there, and we just had to make them pay for it.
100%. And I mean, eventually it all just kind of worked out for you and the guys. Last question is actually from the chat, so I apologize, Kurt. OG, do you focus more on offensive perspective or defensive perspective when picking your lineups?
I think I'm going to tell you how I've managed my entire career. The players, whatever they're most comfortable playing with, that's the builds that they select. But like our play style is like when you got Steves and Streets, that really should be nicknamed defense. Like, because that's what they're going to do. Like, they're going to play defense. So obviously it's just a heavy responsibility for Greens to make the right decisions and to put the ball in the bucket. So I think pretty much our mentality is score the ball, take what the defense gives us, and then be prepared to make stops on the other end. And that's really solely what we hang our hat on. And it's working out for us. As you see, we'll be in DC next week.
I'm so pumped for you and the guys. Kurt, any final thoughts before we sign off here on NetsGC Live?
Hey, always, I want to thank, Christian, for you putting in a lot of work and making this stream happen. And then most importantly, I just want to give a big shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I know Jenny's in the chat. Mama Streets was in the chat. My homegirl Sherello's in the chat. Like a lot of people in there supporting. I seen JGF in there. A lot of people. I just appreciate everybody tuning in to the streams. Keep doing that. We're going to plan to keep doing this as much, as often as we can. Next week might be a little challenging, depending, but we're going to make some things work. But just keep tuning in and supporting SGC because we really appreciate it. And we want to build out this platform and build out our fan base and give you something to be proud about at the end of the day.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it any better. And again, thank you to everyone for showing patience at the beginning of the stream. I know we weren't able to get that pre-show interview up. I know that we experienced some kind of lag issues in the middle of the series, but I promise you, Kurt and I are going to make sure we improve on every stream moving forward. So, by the time we're competing for a championship, this will be a well-oiled machine. So I'm excited for you, Kurt. Congrats again. Congrats to the rest of the guys. Looking forward to talking to you a little bit later tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Remember, Crew Access Chapter 2, the trailer drops tomorrow.
Hey, it's a good one. Make sure you check it out. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's very fitting as well, considering he was on our post show. That drops on Saturday. And, man, a crazy amount of content coming your way. Make sure to follow Nets Gaming Crew across all social platforms or maybe even just on your favorite one. Keep it locked in. Excited. We just want something to play for. And 150K is on the line next week, Kurt. Go get it.
Will do. Hey, as I always say, OG out.
Y'all are showing y'all belong. I didn't even mean to make that rant all about my predictions being right, but I did pick y'all to win, and y'all showed me why.
No, that rant.
I want to be remembered in my career as an all-time great.
A crew is defined by its code, the moral compass that guides behavior, the blueprint for success, the roadmap to one goal. Code is simple. The ones and zeros are like the makes and misses, and the rights and wrongs. It all defines the crew. Our code is centered around a relentless pursuit to win and to disrupt outsiders' expectations, to challenge predictions, rankings, and what they think a contender should look like. After all, it's the Brooklyn way, our Brooklyn DNA. Reimagined, remixed, redefined. This is the Brooklyn Code.